Hello. You're very welcome to this episode of My Generation Gap podcast, where you have me, Stuart Vincent Moore, a 50-year-old member of Generation X, talking art, media, pop culture, telly, film, with my 18-year-olds, my 18-year-old niece, Harriet Pilkington, a member of Generation Z.
Gen Z.
Oh, yeah, Gen Z. Gen Z, yeah. Hiya, H, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I've had a fairly busy week, but I've just noticed that I look very ghostly in my camera. So, in fact, we both look very ghostly.
We both look very ghostly. We can't get our lighting right. We'll figure it out for next time.
I think it's with the lights changing on the evening that it's messed up all our lighting, so we just look really ghostly.
Oh, never mind the lighting. I can't get my hair right either. But listen, we're gonna change it a little bit up this week because we're not gonna ramble on for ages.
Yeah.
I think we should get on down to talk about what we're here to talk about, and then we'll ramble on later.
Yeah.
Because this week, H, we're here to talk about the Karate Kid.
Yes.
The Karate Kid. So, before we go, I just want to say this, H. I've watched Karate Kid. I mean, I watched it loads of times in my life, but watching it recently just made me reflect on a few things. So, with happiness comes sadness. With pleasure comes pain. You cannot have one without the other. I mean, that's nothing to do with the film, H. That's what my mum used to say to me when she'd give me an ice cream and then punch me in the stomach.
I can picture that. Joking.
Yeah, because, dear listener, Harriet's grandma is my mum. Because Harriet's mum is my sister.
That's a bit like having gallstones. That, like, if you have pleasure in eating something and happiness, after comes pain and sadness.
Yeah,
you can't have one without the other.
But that was one of the things that Mr. Miyagi said in the film The Karate Kid. He was full of lots of wisdom in it, and a lot of things like this would. You know, when I'd hear things like that in films, I'd roll my eyes. But actually, a lot of what Mr. Miyagi says is really quite sensible. I really quite like it.
I agree with you there, actually. A lot of things you said just made sense.
Okay. Let me summarise the film, The Karate Kid.
Yeah.
So, we follow Daniel LaRusso. He is being torn away from his home in Newark, New Jersey. Because his mum's got a new job on the west coast of the States. So the film starts off, doesn't it? And for the first 6 minutes, it's just them moving house.
I was about to say, did we really need to see the whole car journey from A to B? Like, could they not have just been unloading boxes? Or, like, could they have cut that out at least? I feel like there is quite a lot of filler in this film. Like, some necessary and some unnecessary.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be. It's not going to fit my criteria, is it? Of being a perfect film.
Yeah, we're not getting a perfect film out of this.
We're not getting a perfect film. I think we're getting a very good film. We'll see what you think later. But not a perfect film by any stretch. It's 2 hours long.
It is 2 hours long.
And this is a generational thing, isn't it? Because I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, when I was like 15, or whenever I watched this film, how come I didn't get bored watching this film?
I think, like we talk about sometimes, it's that attention span that nowadays you watch reels, you do think things are very fast and well, everything's fast, isn't it? Fast fashion, fast food. That I think we get so used to it that when we have to sit down and watch a film, you're like, oh, just cut to the chase. And it ruins the fun out of, I suppose, what films used to be. Because I remember watching films even when I was little and thinking, oh, that went dead quick, that. And now I would say 9 times out of 10 when I watch a film, I think, this is long.
But it was nice because although like the first 6 minutes is them just moving house from New Jersey to Newark to LA, you know, we do get insights into the relationship that Daniel LaRusso has with his mum.
Yeah.
You know, we get to see that they're a single parent family. We get to see that they're in a battered old car that they have to jump start all the time.
Also, what job did she move all the way to LA for?
Well, this is the thing. She moved all the way across to LA. Didn't tell you what job she was going into, but she left a job in computers.
Yeah, and then Yeah, I think she went from working in computers, which I don't know how much that would earn, to waitressing in LA. Is computers in New Jersey the same as waitressing in LA? Is that the same?
Was she waitressing?
I thought she was waitressing.
Do you know what age? I don't know.
Well, maybe I've got a bit of context that you haven't got.
Oh, really?
Don't know. I'm pretty sure she was waitressing because in the scene, doesn't she serve, or doesn't she say something about? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I made it up.
Did we watch this? Did we watch this film? Anyway, they get to LA.
Yeah.
They get to their apartment block, and instantly Daniel LaRusso kicks open a gate using a karate kick, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And smacks his mate Freddie Fernandez in the face, which just goes to show his violent nature. Daniel LaRusso.
He's just violent.
He's a right nightmare, isn't he? No, but he's just Freddie Fernandez.
Think every film has this like thing about like, oh, I'm really sorry, I just like threw you into a lake. Now we're best friends. In real life, that would never happen. If somebody kicked over a gate into your face, you'd never want to see them again. Like if you'd done it, well, it like kicked it. Yeah.
Well, he kicked a gate into his face, didn't it? And then
yeah.
And then Freddie Fernandez helps him with his suitcase up the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In real life, you'd both be dying of embarrassment and never want to see. You'd mutually, non-verbally agree not to see each other again.
Yeah. So anyway, they move into the apartment block, and then instantly Freddie Fernandez says to him, "Oh, because you kicked that gate into my face, you want to come to a party?"
Yeah, which would happen every time you did that.
Yeah. So Daniel LaRusso instantly gets involved to a beach party. He goes to his beach party, and there's the kids there from his apartment block, and then a group of girls at the other side of the beach, and they're playing footy on the beach, aren't they? And then mucking about. Yeah. And then Daniel LaRusso starts chatting to a girl on the beach, and then a group of young lads on motorbikes comes down to the beach and start causing trouble. Causing
mayhem.
Causing trouble, yeah. But this is the group of boys that go to the Cobra Kai karate school of karate. And they notice on the way down, Johnny notices on the way down that his girlfriend, who actually he thinks is still his girlfriend, but his girlfriend thinks she's his ex-girlfriend, sees Daniel LaRusso talking to her, so he gets a right ump, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, can we talk about the fight scene and the fact that he just trips him up so many times that you just stop running. Just stop running. He's gonna trip you up.
Plus, I mean, Daniel LaRusso. The thing is with this, not everybody learns something. I think one of the good things about this film is not everybody's perfect. Not everybody's, it's not just, oh, this is a nice person and this is a bad person. They're all quite, and I think that's part of the reason why they had such a long intro with them driving across the school. It just goes to show all the layers that these people have. Because Daniel LaRusso is a bit of a he keeps on being a dick.
Yeah. But then, like, not only that, but like Mr. Miyagi, very wise, lovely guy, makes a 14-year-old drink.
Yeah, giving him poos later on.
Yeah. When he's drunk himself.
So Johnny comes down to the beach with his group of pals.
Yeah.
Talks to Ali and says,
yes.
Can we have a talk? And then she goes, no, I'm listening to my radio. So he turns the radio off and she turns it back on and they get into a fight and then he breaks the radio. And then Daniel LaRusso comes over, gets involved for no reason whatsoever, gets into a fight with Johnny, gets his head kicked in, basically. And then even as Daniel LaRusso, it's a bit sad, isn't it? Because he's laying face down in the sand and like all the kids on the motorbikes have gone. Ali comes over. And, do you want some help, like... Daniel? He goes, oh, just go away, leave me alone. And then Freddie Fernandez and all the other kids go, oh, you loser. And then they all leave.
Everybody leaves him. Even Ali leaves him. Like Ali's friend comes over, and then Ali leaves him, and he's just Yeah.
So that's all within the first 6 hours of moving. Oh no, the first 24 hours of moving to this youth. He's got a black eye. For
the only friend he's made has left him face down in some sand.
Yeah. But then he ends up going to school the next day and trying out for the footy team, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And within 10 minutes, he gets tripped over by one of the other
they're all there, lads, aren't they?
The Cobra Kai. They're all there. Even Freddie Fernandez is there. And they go, oh, right, Karate Kid. Because he got his head kicked in. And that's why the Karate Kid's not even a complimentary phase. That's them taking the mick out of him. Oh, it's a Karate Kid.
And then they named the movie that. They made the choice. They made the choice to make the movie the insult name.
Yeah, the insult name,
Yeah.
But then, and this is, again, Daniel LaRusso, he gets tripped up until he's playing footy and then instantly starts a fight. He just gets up and goes over to lamp this kid and then gets beaten up. You think, if you're that bad at fighting, stop starting fights.
Yeah. Are you actually the bully? Are you actually? Are people just standing up to you?
Yeah, because, there is an actual YouTube video of... saying, is Daniel LaRusso the bully? It's quite, there's quite a few discussions, there's quite a few things over the years.
What's it called, the antagonist?
Is he the antagonist, Daniel LaRusso? Yeah. Because, he actually comes along, starts mucking about with somebody else's girlfriend, starts fights when he's falling over on the football pitch.
Somebody just, like, pranks him a bit and then he goes to, like, lamp him.
Yeah. Yeah, because even Johnny on the the motorbikes in the first scene when they're coming down to the beach, and they say, "Hey Johnny, do you want a warm one? Like, do you want a beer?" And he goes, "No, I'm a senior now. This is it. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm knuckling down." And then Daniel LaRusso starts a fight with him. Daniel LaRusso, he's not the baddie in this film, but he is a bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
I
think films do that sometimes. I think films have definitely gotten better as well at doing that, and it's not a case of good and bad anymore. It's a case of, it was never a case of good and bad, but they used to portray it a bit like that. As in nowadays, villains have redeeming qualities, and superheroes and things like that in films have like moments of weakness and stuff. So there's so many things that and it kind of explains that everyone's human, but it kind of takes me back to the time when I asked you we'd gone to the wildlife park, and I asked you the question, are wallabies, is it wallaby or wallaby? We did this last time.
Are wallabies
good or bad?
Wallabies, good or bad.
And I think about that a lot. Wallabies, good or bad.
Yeah.
I ask myself that question like nearly every day. I think when I think about something really subjective, I think is it a yes or no answer? Or is it a bit of like a spectrum? And I think, oh, wallabies, good or bad. I don't know why. It just comes into my head.
So then there's a lot of back and forth as Daniel's going to school and flirting with Ali
and biking away from things.
Yeah, biking away from things, getting into fights, getting his head kicked in, which all comes to a head, doesn't it? At Halloween. Oh, actually, he meets Mr. Miyagi as well, doesn't he? So
yeah.
There's one bit, actually, it does get really horrible because there's one bit where he's having his tea with his mum in a restaurant, isn't he? And the Cobra Kai lads, you see them like the other side of the street from outside
like
the
coming
window
up
in
the
the
street
restaurant.
through the window, aren't they? Yeah,
and then they go, oh, look, you can see him pointing and saying, oh, Daniel LaRusso's in the restaurant. And anyway, for some reason, they leave the restaurant. And then Daniel LaRusso's just cycling on like a mountain path while his mum drives home. Yeah. And all the Cobra Kai boys come along.
I'd not
on
thought about why had he gone on the bike. I'd not thought about that.
Yeah. Anyway, and then they push him down a massive like cliff.
that was like abuse, like that was, what is it called, like grievous bodily harm, you know, like
it was like
throwing someone off their bike.
Pushing down a massive hill. Yeah. So then his mum goes, oh, what's going on with you? And then they fall out because he said, I just wanted to, why can't we just go home? And but then he throws his bike in the bin.
He throws it in the big bin outside, doesn't he?
Yeah. But Mr. Miyagi, who is the apartment complex maintenance man, isn't he? And he finds Daniel
It's
and
a pretty crap apartment complex maintenance.
He's a bit of a crap apartment complex maintenance man. Because he just spends all his time trimming bonsai trees, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But they strike up a friendship, don't they, Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi?
Can we talk about a weird line that he said there? He said something about, like, you're young, honey, and you need something or other, not an old prune or something. Like, you're not dating. Like, I don't know what specifically he said, but it was, like, a bit weird, and I remember feeling like, oh, that was... The way he said it was, like, really weird.
Yeah, it's one of his...
I can't remember what he says.
Mystic phrases now. I can't remember.
Mystic phrases. Yeah, there's definitely some... I get what they were trying to portray in Mr. Miyagi and things like that, but I think there were some things that he'd like said and done that I was like, that's a bit odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that they've got their friendship, haven't they? And they build
got their
a
friendship.
bond.
Mr. Miyagi's teaching him how to trim bonsai trees and grow bonsai trees and look after them, and he gives him one as a present, doesn't it? Which, if I was like a child, and then the sort of maintenance man who's a little bit weird and spends a lot of time on his own, strikes up a friendship with a teenage boy, you think, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
So that's what I mean. It's a bit like,
Yeah, if I was Daniel LaRusso's mum, I'd be a bit.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah, vulnerable young boy that's just moved, that's now hanging out in this guy's apartment all the time. What's going on over there?
Yeah, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
But they're and this is the thing. The whole film takes place in like 3 months age.
Yeah.
Because they move into LA in like September, and then it's October, isn't it? Because then there's a Halloween fancy dress disco, and Daniel LaRusso sat at home with Mr. Miyagi, and Mr. Miyagi says, Are you not going until Halloween? That's when he says that, you need the young honey to catch.
Yeah, that was it. You need the young honey.
Anyway, So he says, "Why aren't you going to the fancy dress disco?" And he says, "Oh, I just I don't want to be. I want to be invisible." So Mr. Miyagi makes him a fancy dress costume, and he turns him into a shower, which is a bit of a famous thing from the film, the shower fancy dress outfit. So
Is
he
it?
goes to the. Yeah, it's like a really famous thing from the film. Loads of people pick up on the shower, and it's been quite a thing, and it pops up in popular culture all the time.
I didn't
The
know
shower
that. The
fancy
only
dress
shower I
outfit.
can think
Yeah,
of is like Psycho. That I don't know why that's the only thing I can think of. I hadn't even watched it.
yeah. So he goes to this fancy dress party, dressed as a shower, and then again he just being a complete dick because
Yeah.
you know the head bully is rolling a joint
Yeah.
in a toilet cubicle, and Daniel Russo gets a hose pipe and trenches him. You think, flipping
Yeah.
heck,
It's
learn
a
your
lot
lesson.
in it. It's
Yeah.
a lot in it. Just go home.
Yeah, stop being a dick, then you won't get beaten up all the time. Anyway, so he runs off,
Yeah.
and surprise, surprise, all the bullies were all dressed up as skeletons, chase him home, and he's just
They don't do a very good job of chasing him, though, do they?
Well, they get all the way to Daniel LaRusso's house.
Well.
They get to the apartment complex, and he gets to there's a big fence, and he leaps up to climb over the fence, but he doesn't make it, and they pull him down, and then they start to kick his head in again. Don't they? Doing all the karate.
Again. This film's like 60% head kicking and like 40% montage, and then like I've forgotten how much percent. Well, that's all my percent in it. What did I say? 60 and 40.
60,
I've used
40,
it.
yeah.
I've used it all up now, so that's it.
That's it.
I did my calculations wrong when I did them.
Yeah. And just as they're about to deliver the killer blow to Daniel LaRusso, a shadowy figure leaps over the fence from the apartment block side and kicks all the bullies' heads in.
I have to admit, I was kind of expecting Mr. Miyagi to have like some really funky kind of moves and like do some really. He just like kicked him in the nuts and the face and stuff. He was like fighting really dirty. I went to Holly and went, he's fighting proper dirty.
Yeah. But the thing is, so Daniel LaRusso, he runs to the fence, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he couldn't climb over it fast enough. And then Mr. Miyagi has to leap over and climb the fence from the other side. So I think, all the bullies on the floor are all going, not being able to get up. So he picks Daniel LaRusso up, and I'm thinking, how's he going to get him over the fence now? He just opens it. Just open.
Yeah. So they've leaped over it twice and then just walked through.
So why didn't Daniel LaRusso just open it?
Again, I didn't notice that bit. Yeah, because then he could have just gone through the gate.
Yeah, he could have just gone through the gate. And locked himself in his house, but no.
Yeah. But no.
Yeah. And that's after causing a big, massive pile-up running out of the disco. There's a big, like a multi-car pile-up.
Well, yeah, there is.
About 4 cars crash into each other.
Well, they all fall over each other at first. And then there's like all the cars outside.
Yeah. So after that big kick in, and that's we're an hour into the film.
I know.
Where Daniel LaRusso says to Mr. Miyagi, "Oh, who did all that karate? You saved me." And he went, "Well, I did." And he says, "Oh, will you teach me karate?" And he goes, "No." So we're like nearly an hour into the film, and he still hasn't been learning. He still hasn't started learning karate yet. So him and Miyagi go to the Cobra Kai karate studio.
Yeah.
So they can talk to the sensei to try and stop them beating up Daniel LaRusso, and that's where they come upon the idea of Daniel LaRusso taking part in the karate competition that's going to happen in December And that's where, until that happens, then there's a truce between them, isn't there?
Yes.
No more fighting, no more beating
But then
each other
equally,
up.
they did this truce, and then he goes on his training montage, doesn't he? And he does all these things with Mr. Miyagi. Well, it's a slow, and then it goes like into a montage. They wouldn't be beating him.
Well, it's not really a montage because it's like 40 minutes.
Because it's long, yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's just him training. But, like, they wouldn't have been beating him up anyway because he wouldn't have been, like, in their face like he was because he was doing all this training. So they did this, like, contract so he would be beaten up and then he was, like, hanging about in rivers and, like, washing cars. Like, they wouldn't have gone beaten up.
No, he wouldn't have got beaten up because he was too busy.
Yeah. Also, I thought that, obviously, I've always heard the wax on, wax off. And I always thought that was windows, and I have no idea why. And I was like, oh, it's clean your car. So that was a bizarre realisation moment for me. Yeah.
Yeah, so Miyagi does agree to training then, doesn't it? And that's the first thing he does, doesn't he? He comes round, right? Come round tomorrow morning to our house.
Yeah.
6 o'clock. And, he gets him clean his cars, doesn't he? Wax on, wax off.
Was really Yorkshire. That is like, just for context, that is not how Mr. Miyagi said that. Come round to our house by 6 o'clock.
Come round to our house at 6 o'clock and clean some cars. Yeah. So he spends all day putting wax on with one hand and wax off in the other hand with a circular motion. And then the next day he comes along and then he has to sand the floors on all his decking. Yeah. And then the next day he has to come along and paint the fence. And then he gets him to paint his house. And then eventually Daniel LaRusso gets proper fed up, doesn't he? And says, oh, right, when am I going to actually learn some karate? I've just done up your whole house for you. Done all your fences, your decking, your house, cleaned all your cars for you. This ain't fair. So that's when Mr. Miyagi gets him to do all the moves, doesn't he? Yeah. And he's actually been training him the moves.
Surely you'd get that. Surely by doing all of this, you'd understand what you're doing.
Well, no, because I remember watching it for the first time and it blowing my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
32.
It kind of reminds me as well. We had a neighbour once, and at the old house, and my mum had we got some plants in the front garden. We went on holiday, and she never asked him to water them or anything like that. Anyway, watered them. We were gone on a cruise. We were gone for like 14, 15 days, and he'd watered these plants the whole time. And he was like, well, I've been watering your plants, Julie, but they're not changing. He was like, but they've not died, and they still look ace. And she was like, they're plastic. They're not real. It'd been like taking time out of his day to water all these plastic plants.
Yeah, but I also know, because your mum told me this, that she would go out in the dead of night so the neighbours wouldn't see and change the plants in the plastic plants according to the season. So she'd take the spring.
That's dedication.
So there'd be like fake daffodils in the spring, and then
did she have them at each like life chapter as well, like bulb, and then like stalk, and then like flower?
No, just one day at the start of spring there'd just be daffodils,
just change.
And then the start of summer the daffodils would just change, and there'd be some other summer flowers, and then there'd be autumnal flowers.
I like that.
Plastic things that she would change in the dead of night.
That's something I'd do that. I'd definitely take after my mum with that. I'd definitely do that.
Yeah. So Miyagi is teaching Daniel karate, then, isn't he? And he does do all this stuff. And then he gives him a gift, doesn't he? Daniel has his birthday. He gives him a gift for his birthday, which is a patch that Mr. Miyagi's wife made for him when she was alive. It's really touching. And then he gives him a car. He says, just choose a car.
Yeah, just choose one.
He gives him a car. But it's really nice because you see their relationship growing, don't you? And they become, and that's when he says, "Oh, you're the best mate I've ever had." And Daniel says, "Yeah, you too." So it is really nice. You do see them, and I think maybe that's part of the reason why this film takes so long is because it is all about those relationships. It is a relationship between Miyagi and Daniel. It's really nice, and then he's supposed to.
Sorry,
he
this
goes,
is really making me laugh. We're trying to stay quiet over here. We've had a takeaway delivered, and Mum's trying to sneak it through the bedroom door to my boyfriend, like it's some sort of military mission. Instead of just saying, "Oh, takeaways here," it's become like a military operation to get this takeaway in the room without making too much noise.
Crawling
3
on the
dogs
floor.
involved. Yeah. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Yeah.
Have you got? Oh, I thought you'd frozen. You stayed still.
Oh no, I'm looking at. Oh. Yeah. So, Miyagi's teaching Daniel karate, isn't he? Because one of the lines that he says, Daniel, karate here. And he points to his head. Here. He? Karate here, karate here. And he points to his heart, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he says, karate, not here. And he points to his pants. I'm thinking, what's that mean?
I thought, what is he actually trying to say here? Is he thinking...
What's he trying to say there?
Yeah.
Karate's in your head and your heart, but not in your pants.
I actually thought he was pointing to his lower abdominal, and I don't know why I assumed that. You know, like, here, but not here. Like,
I thought he was going to like point to his fist and say it's not in your head, it's in your head and your heart, and not in your fist. But when he pointed at his pants, it's not in your karate's not in your pants.
Yeah, don't try this in the bedroom, is what he was trying to say.
Yeah, don't. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Don't use karate in the bedroom.
Maybe that's how his wife died. Which that is actually a really sad scene. Yeah.
Because actually it happens a little bit later, doesn't it? When we'll come to that scene a little bit. We'll talk about that because it's quite a profound moment in the film. It's really beautiful. Well, it's not beautiful. It's harrowing. Yeah. Actually, but we'll come to it in a minute. So there's a big karate training thing, isn't there?
Yes.
And like you say, one of the things he does is he takes him out on a boat and teaches him balance on a boat, doesn't he? And that's when Mr. Miyagi finds the world's funniest joke, which I'm gonna bring it into my stand-up routine, because I've never seen anybody laugh at something so much in my entire life. Was when Mr. Miyagi shakes the boat to knock Daniel into the water. Yeah. And he says, Danielson, all wet behind the ears. And then he rolls around, literally rolls around laughing like nobody has ever laughed at anything before. Like he's invented laughter.
That reminds me of the time that we'd gone to Venice. Actually, it was the same time we were away with the plant watering, and if you've ever heard of Venice, you might know they've got like gondolas, which are like boats that like a mode of transport, and they go down the water routes. And we pulled up at like I don't know what you'd call it, but where you get off the boat. And I got out. You've got to like hold on to there's like a wooden pole, and then there's like wooden slats, and you hold onto the wooden pole. You step out of the boat and you step onto the wood. So I went first, then my mum, and then the gondola rider, for some reason, he got out I don't know, gondola driver. I feel like that's the wrong thing to say. But what's
I think
the
it's
verb
gondolier.
for that? Right. I never thought of that. The gondolier got out of the gondola, and my dad was still on, and I think he was helping my dad out, but the gondola started to like circulate away in the tide. And if you know my dad, he's got quite long legs, and he ended up, honestly, I don't know how he managed to stay upright, but we thought we were going to go. I've never watched somebody laugh. Probably the only instance I watched somebody laugh like Mr. Miyagi laughed was my mum watching my dad trying to get out of his boat,
Doing the splits.
doing basically the splits in his holiday gear. Yeah.
And so and there's your mum rolling around on the promenade.
I think she nearly wet herself. I think she was quite. I don't think she was far off.
No. Your dad's wet. Oh, your dad was nearly wet behind the ears.
Yeah, same vibe.
Yeah. And then that's when you see them encountering racism as well, don't they? When they're coming back they come off the boat, back to the car, and there's a couple of guys drinking beer on Mr. Miyagi's truck.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, can you move your beer because we're off now?" And the guys say, "No, you move them, you little." And they use all sorts of little racist slurs, don't they?
Yeah.
So Miyagi punches the bottles and he punches the tops off the bottles.
Yeah.
Breaks the bottle, breaks them in half by karate chopping them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was actually a funny joke because Daniel says, "How did you do that?" And he went, "I don't know. First time."
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite funny. I think there is quite a lot of humour in this film. I don't feel like it's too heavy. You know, like there are some moments
agreed.
that are really quite deep, but it wasn't that. It wasn't too heavy of a film.
Well, the actor that played Miyagi was a stand-up comic.
Really?
Yeah. Pat Morita. He was a stand-up comic, and then he was... he nearly didn't get the part because his biggest role before was he played the owner of the diner in Happy Days. Did you ever watch Happy Days with the Fonz?
No. Now, you look like you're frozen, but I'm pretty sure you're just in shock. I know you have actually froze. Hey, do you know where my phone is? Oh, did I? I ain't got it. Did you ring it for me? Oh, you're
there?
Ah!
What happened?
That made me jump. It was really funny. I said I've never watched it, and then you went, and then I went, "Oh, you look like you've frozen, but you're just in shock." And then I went, "Oh no, you have actually frozen." We're back.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, you frozen. Yeah. So Pat Morita was in Happy Days. He played the diner owner in Happy Days with the Fonz. Did you ever watch that?
No.
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 No. And then they celebrate. Well, actually, Daniel's going to go and pick up Ali, his girlfriend, at the country club on the Friday night after he celebrates his birthday with Miyagi. And well, it's weird because he's celebrating his birthday with Miyagi, and then he goes, "Oh my God, I said I'd go meet my mum."
Yeah.
And he doesn't.
Yeah.
I've got to go, and he dashes off.
I've got to go, and then he actually doesn't go there. Yeah.
No, he picks up his girlfriend, and they go to golf and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like an amazing place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is like a big, massive, just like a big, massive arcade.
Yeah.
And they go on like motorboats. In fact, I wrote it down.
Just
what
like
they were going.
Redbeck. Just like Redbeck.
It's like Redbeck. Redbeck Cafe with all the arcades.
Yeah.
They've got all the different arcades, like air hockey,
Yeah.
mini golf. They do so much stuff. They must have been there for days. But you know what? It reminded me of Jimmy Tissue. So,
Yeah.
dear listener, Jimmy Tissue was the name given to my father, who is Harriet's granddad.
Yep.
And whenever we would go any place like that, which wasn't that often because Jimmy Tissue was tight, if he said, "Oh, can we have some money to go on them boats?" And he'd say, "Oh, how much is it?" And we'd say, "Oh, you get 10 minutes on a boat and it's £5. And he'd go, 10 minutes for £5? Well, that's son, that's £60 an hour. You can't earn that much. You're not doing that."
What's it work out what their income was?
Yeah, it'd work out like the hourly rate of stuff. And if it was more than you could earn, you weren't allowed to do it.
I like that. Do you know what? That might save me money in future. That philosophy right there. I'm going to start doing that. Yeah, if it's more than what your hourly rate should be, then don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, that's what you do all the time. Oh no, you can't earn that much.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
Yeah, do you want to go on a tractor
Can I
ride
go on the go-karts?
for £2 for like 5 minutes? Hang on a minute.
Yeah, but it calculated it in a flash. It was fast. It wasn't the most academic, but his maths on hourly rates was boom. It was there.
Fine.
On point, yeah. It was yeah, it was like Alan Turing. Dad, can I have some money for the go-karts? You get how long do you get? You get 3 laps. How long's a lap? Don't know, about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Well, how much is it? It's £7. So I got about 2 minutes. £7. That's £1 a minute, son. No.
Yeah. No. I think it's a really universal experience, like wanting to spend money on things like that, and then adults thinking, "Oh my God, I'm getting so ripped off." We were talking the other day. I was talking to somebody, and they went, "One person that I really hate and I'm really envious of," and I was like, "Hate's a strong word." They were like, "The person who created Build-A-Bear." They are laughing at every parent ever.
Yeah. Because aren't they like, how much does it cost for a Build-A-Bear bear?
Specifically the one in Meadowhall. He said, for some reason, he gets really annoyed at the fact that the Build-A-Bear's in Meadowhall. Yeah.
So, anyway, after they go to golf and stuff, and Daniel then... well, there's all the thing in the background in there with him. He ends up falling out with Ali because he goes to pick her up for a date after his birthday, and goes to meet her outside the country club at 9:30, which, she's late. Oh, I suppose that's one thing that we haven't mentioned, is that Ali's from the rich part of town, and she and Daniel LaRusso's from the poor
they're
part
like
of town.
they're opposite classes, aren't they?
Yeah, so he goes to meet her and go out on a date, and it's late because she's having tea at the country club. So he, instead of just going in or knocking on the door or waiting a bit longer, he sneaks in through the kitchen.
Yeah.
So he sneaks in through the kitchen and sees her through the kitchen doors, and she's. It just so happens that she's, she was having a dance with her dad, and then Johnny comes along, and then they end up dancing together, and then Johnny sees Daniel LaRusso through the kitchen window, so he he snogs Ali, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Daniel LaRusso sees her, and then throws a load of spaghetti on himself. I don't know. He bumps, he
There
bumps
was
into a
so
waiter,
much
doesn't he?
of it. It goes over
There was
all
so
over
much
him,
spaghetti.
all over the waiter. They're like covered all over with like food.
Yeah, there's so much spaghetti.
It's like you when you eat your beans in your magic arc.
It was everywhere, yeah. And he had a white top
comedy
on
act.
and white trousers. I mean, who wears white trousers?
Yeah. That's just a recipe for disaster.
I tell you what, I wouldn't wear trousers, especially not if I was going on a date. You know, the first time I met Caroline when we went out for something to eat.
Yeah.
This was like our first date, and we went out and met her on. It was like a weekend afternoon because it was the only time that she could get a babysitter. So
Yeah.
we did that, and then so we had something to eat, and I ended up sitting in a loads of tomato sauce. I don't even know how that happened.
You eating tomato sauce?
Well, yeah, because I think I had a burger.
So it might have been your tomato sauce then.
It was my tomato sauce,
It
but I don't know
was
how I ended up sitting in it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just managed to get it all over the seat and all over my kecks.
I love your
Yeah.
cakes.
On our first date.
Oh.
And then ever since then, nothing's changed.
To be fair, in our house, I'm that clumsy that as soon as I move, everybody's eyes just like shoot towards me, and like things get moved at the dinner table, specifically designed so that I don't like knock things over. So Harley's obviously he lives here, but when he didn't, and he used to just come for like meals with me, my mum and dad, and things like that, and he was meeting them, I managed to throw like 3 jugs of gravy on him over the course of a couple months. So we all collectively now, I'm not allowed to sit near the gravy because for some reason I'd managed to knock it all over him, all over his. He bought some brand new jeans as well one of the times, and it just went all over his jeans. No.
Yeah, so after that, then they Daniel LaRusso sort of keeps a low profile. He stays away from Ali, and they don't really talk much, and he just focusing on his training. And he goes to see Miyagi late one evening, and Miyagi's been drinking, and he's obviously it's the anniversary of their marriage or the anniversary of his wife's death,
I was going to say it's their anniversary, but I don't know which. I don't know which anniversary.
Either way, he was obviously going through a thing because his wife had died, and as a result of giving birth to their son, they both died.
Yeah.
Miyagi's wife and son, both died. But the horrible thing was they died while Mr. Miyagi was away fighting.
Yeah.
In World War II.
Yeah.
In quite a famous part of the military, a very well decorated part of the military. And I don't know if you knew about the Japanese internment camps in the States.
No, I didn't.
Really?
We focus on the Cold Wars more than anything.
Yeah.
And Vietnam, things like that.
Really horrible, really horrible racist thing that I wouldn't be surprised in, wouldn't happen again, actually, the current climate in the United States. But what they did was that because they were fighting against the Japanese as part of World War II, they rounded up all the people certainly on the west coast of America. These are American citizens.
Are you about to say that are of that ethnicity?
Yeah.
Oh my lord! Right? Yeah, I see.
Internment camps, basically concentration camps, which Well, and there's no medical care there or
Yeah.
anything. So
So is
as
that
a
where
result,
his wife was then?
she
Is that
died.
why he says no medic? Does he say no medic or no? He
No
says no,
medic,
no medic
no medic
attended.
was around,
Yeah.
or yeah, there was no
Ah, I
medical
see.
care. No,
Yeah, no medical care. So obviously, when she gave birth, she passed away. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because
Yeah,
they
I see.
couldn't get
Yeah,
enough.
I understand that now. Because that did confuse me a little bit. I can't lie. I was like, why? What does he mean? Like, no medic attended? I didn't quite get it all, but that does
Because
make
they
a
were in
lot of
this
sense now.
she
Yeah.
was in an internment camp. Yeah,
Yeah, and he was away. Yeah, that does make a bit more sense now.
and that's
Yeah.
why. So he's heavily conflicted, isn't he? Because he's,
Mm,
away fighting a war for the country that he's a citizen of, and
yeah.
yet that country locks up his wife and unborn child
Yeah.
in a
I feel like
horrible
that was
camp.
obviously something like really significant, but we only seen like one small scene. I feel like that could have been a
Yeah,
little bit
well, I
more
don't
brought
know
into the
if
storyline.
maybe, but they already put so much
Yeah,
in there. I think
yeah. I do feel like
so.
the film is too long. Like, I feel like I don't know where specifically it's too long, apart from obviously the first scene. But like, I don't know where it's adding this time on. I don't know if there's a lot of beating up, whether that could have been done in a quicker time frame, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, we got the sort of the next thing now is the tournament. We're gonna go on to the tournament next, but you're right because the tournament at the end
We've nearly been
is.
explaining this film for an hour.
Have we? Oh, crikey!
Like
So
51 minutes. But our explanation is going to end up being longer than the film.
so they go on to the tournament next.
Yeah.
But I think you're right because the tournament's only like the last, but it's not very long. The actual tournament
Very
itself.
much like Rocky, isn't it, in that format?
Well, this film is basically Rocky for kids.
Do you know what?
Because,
Yeah.
well, it's by the same director.
Is
Same
it?
director. So
That would make a lot. It does have a similar feel about it.
yeah.
I don't know what it is. I couldn't
And-
pinpoint what it is.
Well, it is the same story almost, except Rocky focuses on family, doesn't it? And how Rocky can't.
Yeah. Yeah,
he
family and
knows he needs
community.
people around him, family and community, and Karate Kid's not really.
It's more
About that,
about
is it?
having
I think-
internal peace and
Yeah, and balance, and I
Yeah.
think a lot of it is about trauma and past traumas and things, which is why you got Miyagi and his past trauma and how he deals with it with his bonsai and his meditation
yeah.
and
Trauma does make you
reflection.
stronger, doesn't it? I mean, in any kind of thing you go through in life, it teaches you something, whether it's patience or whether it can literally be anything. But I think everything that happens, and sometimes it can be really bad things, they happen and they make us a lot stronger and they allow us to deal with things and grow from them.
I don't entirely agree with that because
Yeah.
you got the Cobra Kai boys who experience a lot of trauma at the hands of their sensei because
Yes,
you know,
I see
the
what you
Cobra
mean there.
Kai.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I
And
know
they're
what you mean. There. I
traumatised
think
by that
trauma
sensei because
from trauma directly from if a lot of what you know is trauma, it becomes a quite different, doesn't it?
yeah,
You know,
'cause they're
there's
essentially all they're essentially all
Yes.
bullied by that guy. But the guy that
Yeah.
is their sensei, Kreese,
yeah,
he's who teaches them no mercy, strike first, no mercy, no.
yeah, yeah,
You know, but he was, you know, he fought in the Vietnam War and he went through some terrible things as well.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean
So-
there. I suppose. I think it kind of depends. I suppose it's more. Yeah, I think. Well, obviously everything is situational, but I do get what you mean there. Actually, I retract my statement. You're right. I do
But
get what you
I
mean
think-
there. Obviously, you
I
know what
think-
I'm trying to say, but I do completely get what you mean. You're right there. Yeah.
So the director, I think, was trying to make another Rocky
Yeah.
film, but Rocky for kids, which is why
Yes.
the beautiful thing about Rocky is the build up and his relationship with Adrian.
Yeah.
And the fight is almost not needed. Well, it sort of is, but it isn't at the end.
Yeah.
And I think they tried to do that with Karate Kid.
Yeah.
And I think it could have been more about the tournament at the end and less about the things with him and Ali and all those kind of things.
I'd agree, actually, especially because it's a little bit more childlike. Yeah, there could have been a little bit more like chronologically, speedily. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, it could have been. It could have been.
Well, they could have paced
a little
it
bit
better.
quicker. Yeah, better. Yeah, as I put it, chronologically, speedily, and as you put it, pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been edited and paced a lot.
Yeah.
A lot better. So they're going to the tournament, don't they?
They do.
And what is it with underdogs and tournaments, H?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we realise that Mr. Miyagi, Daniel, Ali, and Daniel's mum know nothing about karate tournaments because they don't know any of the rules, they don't know anything. So you'd think that if you were going to turn up and you didn't know these things, you'd get there like early, wouldn't you? If that was me, I'd be there at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Or just learn it. Just ask people.
Or even learn about it. Or just get there on time. But they're late. You think, what were you doing?
Yeah. That's quite true.
They're turning late. And they actually, like, they're basically running and as soon as they run in the building, they go, what's your first fight?
In fact, they both do that, don't they? Yeah, in both Rocky and... Yeah. To be fair, that's a bit how much. That's a bit how my life is. You walk in, oh, it's fight time. Oh, okay. Yeah. One thing I want to ask about this fight is a kick to the face something that's allowed? Because,
well,
even in the 80s, like I can almost say for certainty, knowing nothing about karate, that a kick to the face is not an allowed maneuver. Surely.
Well, this is one of the things in the films, isn't it? Because as they're speedily running towards their first fight, Ali, who all of a sudden knows the rules, says, "Oh, you get a point for punching the chest." I can't remember the
point above the waist, however,
hits above the waist. But then there's a few times in the film where somebody gets a punch to the face and go, "Oh, that's a legal punch to the face." But it seems to be it's only illegal when it suits the story. Because Daniel wins the thing with a kick to the face. But there is one point where Johnny punches him in the face and they go, "Oh, no point there. That's a legal punch to the face." You think, what?
That's quite a bad day for his opponent, that, isn't it?
Yeah. So the tournament goes through, and Daniel is winding his way through his opponents. The Cobra Kai karate school, which is Kreese, who's their sensei, who is a nasty piece of work in it.
Yeah.
And the Cobra Kai boys, so this is Johnny and his pals, are Dutch, Jimmy, Tommy, and Bobby. And, well, the only one of them gets a surname, and that's Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown, yeah.
Yeah. Dutch. And actually, the guy that plays Dutch is Steve McQueen's son.
Who's Steve McQueen?
Which that won't... Yeah, I thought you might say that.
Yeah. remember who you're talking to. Yeah.
But Dutch is the one with the bouffant hair who's like really wild. He's really great.
Yeah.
So there's Dutch and Jimmy and Johnny. They're all like really mean, and they're working through their opponents and showing no mercy and beating them all up and winning.
Yeah.
The second best fighter in the Cobra Kai is Bobby Brown, and all the way through the film, Bobby Brown is the one that's showed the most compassion. He's the one that's when it's been when they've been kicking Daniel's head in, He's the one that's been going, all right, Johnny, he's had enough. Calm down. Stop it
now.
Stop it now. That's enough. So they get to the semi-finals, and it's Johnny Lawrence against some other guy, and Daniel LaRusso against Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
And Kreese, the sensei for Cobra Kai, says to Bobby Brown, right, take him out, injure him, sweep, do his leg.
Sweep to the leg, yeah.
And Bobby Brown goes, no. He said, I can take him. I want to fight this guy. And he goes, no, nobble him. And he goes, but I'll get disqualified.
Yeah.
And he goes, don't care. No mercy. Do it. And so he goes, oh, right. So he does it, and he's instantly regrets it, doesn't he? Daniel LaRusso's lying on the floor in loads of pain.
Yeah.
Because he's really broken his leg, and Bobby, bless him, he's on the floor going, I didn't mean to, oh no, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do it. It's really
it's
really,
a big point
horrible.
of influence, that, isn't it? It's amazing what the power that people can hold over other people and their influence.
Well, exactly, bullies.
Yeah.
So Daniel LaRusso then is in the final against Johnny, but he has to be taken to the locker rooms because and the organisers say, right, you got 15 minutes or else Johnny and Cobra Kai win the tournament, and that's it. Not, oh, well, the other person, he'll come and fight or this or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, it's like, no, if you...
yeah.
You're
not
if
better
you don't come out
in 15
fight,
minutes from your broken leg, then...
Yeah, so... they're all commiserating Daniel in the locker room, aren't they? And Daniel says, "Oh, and Miyagi's right." He says, "Oh," Daniel says, "Oh, do you think I could have won it?" And he goes, "It don't matter, does it?
Yeah.
Win, lose, don't matter. You got here and you did it, and you showed up, and you proved your point, and you did well."
Yeah.
A bit like Rocky, really. If it had ended there, it would have been a really good Rocky, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mr. Miyagi
does
his he does his thing, doesn't he? Where Daniel says, "Oh,
magic hands."
but, how am I going to get balance if I lose now? I'm never going to have a balance. I'm never going to balance with myself or Ali or anybody if I don't fight in the final." So Miyagi does that thing, doesn't he, where he claps his hands together and rubs him.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like when I use like wax or oils in the hair salon. You put in your hand and you go,
warm them up.
Yeah. Healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I also used to do that when Ivan was a kid. when my stepson Ivan was little, and he'd fall over or something or hurt himself, and I'd do that, put my hands together and rub them together, warm them up, and then and it was only when I was watching his film this week, and he went,
yeah.
And I said, "Oh, I used to do that to you," and he went, "Oh yeah, you did, didn't you?"
Yeah. Well, look, do you know what? Heat helps though, doesn't it? Like, especially if you like fall over and it's cold outside and you hurt your hand, or I don't know what you mean there.
Yeah. So Daniel goes back into fighting the final fight, and he does the crane technique, which is what he saw Miyagi doing on the beach. He never actually taught him, did he? But
has no like durability and balance to it.
No, absolutely not. It's not. But what's really great, I think, is the acting on the two fighters. I think the two actors that play Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso. You can see the fear in their eyes. You can see them. Yeah. I think it's really, really great. And then you got the music, because Bill Conti did the music for the film. Is the guy that did the same music for Rocky.
There was a song come on, and I love the song, and I've forgotten what song it was. That's really going to annoy me.
Oh, it's the best. It's You're the Best Around.
No, it's not.
You're the best around. No. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. You're the best around.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Song.
It's not.
And do you know what, H? That song was written for Rocky as well.
Yeah,
it was written for Rocky 3.
No, it wasn't. In fact, I can't even find it here at all.
That's because
it was. I'm sure it was a song by like I hope I'm not pronouncing this wrong, but Susie and the Banshees.
Susie and the Banshees.
Susie. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Was it not like Spellbound or something?
Nope.
Oh, that's gonna really annoy me. You know, that's gonna really annoy me. I'll message you that after the recording.
Anyway.
Yep.
They fight. There's one bit where Daniel punches Johnny in the face and gets a point for it, but makes his nose bleed. So he goes off to the side, and Kreese gives him some first aid treatment, which is basically rubbing the blood off his nose with his thumb.
Yeah.
And he says, "Right, do his leg in." And he goes, "What?" "I'm not doing that." "Yeah, do his leg in, then you win." But then it gets to the final point, doesn't it? And Daniel does a crane move and kicks Johnny in the face, which is not an illegal move, and nobody knows why. And he wins the tournament, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And again, at the end, the actual trophy was given to him by Johnny. He takes the trophy off the tournament guy, doesn't he? And says, "Hey, LaRusso, you're all right. Here you go. Well done."
Yeah.
And then the film ends, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, what did you actually think of it, H? What's your opinion of
I
the
don't
film?
think it was a bad film. I think it was long. Would I watch it again? No. Was it my kind of film? No. Was it a bad film? Also, no. That's about as far as my opinions go.
Right. Oh, well, my opinion is, was it too long? Perhaps.
And I do not have a clue how you've managed to talk about it for an hour and 10 minutes that you are going to have to cut down into 20 minutes.
I know. Oof. Anyway, I love this film, H. It is very definitely Rocky for kids.
Yeah.
It's rousing. Oh, it makes me cry at the end when he kicks him in the face.
That's ridiculous.
He wins. But I think because I think it's something. I think it's to do with the fear in their eyes when they're looking at it, and they look absolutely terrified.
It was that powerful.
And I think it's the music. I think it's the score. I think it's everything about it. I think it's Rocky.
No.
But I think the ending should have been different, because the ending just shows Mr. Miyagi, doesn't he, smiling and going, "Yeah, well done." But the start of Karate Kid 2, H.
Yeah. Oh my lord, the second one.
The opening scene for Karate Kid 2 is them walking out with the trophy, and they walk out into the car park, and Kreese is there, the baddie from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And he's saying to Johnny's going, "I got second place." And Kreese is going, "Oh, he's second place." And he takes his trophy, smashes it, and throws it away.
Oh, my lord,
and, and he beats up all the kids from Cobra Kai. He beats them all up. All of his, all the kids he's been bullying for all these years. Smacks them all in the head. And he gets Johnny in like a headlock, and he's going to kill him.
Oh, my lord, that's a chaotic start to a film. And it's not that Miyagi, deep, is it? I can't imagine a karate tournament is ever that deep.
Well, so Miyagi goes over to him and goes, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And Kreese says, "Hey, stay over, it's none of your business." So then he goes
to next. Is the film about is it like a redemption?
Well, no, not at all. But what happens is Kreese goes to punch Miyagi, and Miyagi moves to the side, and he punches through a car window, and he smashes his hand up, and he goes, "Huh?" And then he goes to do it with his other hand, and smashes another car window because Miyagi dodges it. So he's got he's like broken both his hands and covered in blood, and then Miyagi like grabs him by the throat, and he just goes to karate chop him in the neck, and instead of karate chopping on his neck, he goes, "Ah, yeah," and he goes, "Boop," and like squeezes his nose to like just to ridicule him.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's it like releases those other kids away from their trauma then, because they can see that they don't have to be bullied by him anymore, which is, I think, what should have been the final message of the film.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I do think that should have been the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a crikey, isn't it? So we said we'd try and make this shorter by not rambling on for 20 minutes at the start, but we've actually gone longer than we normally do, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll edit that down. So, anything more to say about Crikey and H?
I don't think so. No, I think, like I said, I think my opinions on it are fairly short, to be fair. Not loads going on, but also not bad for... I'd be happy to give it a Gen X win.
Yeah, I think it deserves a Gen X win.
Yeah.
Because not only
is it
a good film, it's a classic film, and it is mentioned a lot, and people still say wax on, wax off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, in honour of this classic film, H, there's a new test theme tune. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
It's a test around the film that we just watched, which was a Karate Kid. It's a test about the film that we just watched, which was a Karate Kid. Right, H.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Miyagi's philosophical sayings from this film reminded me of another film where another character comes in and says lots of philosophical sayings.
Yeah.
Like faux wisdom. And that is a character called the Sphinx from the film The Mystery Men.
Okay.
So this quiz, H, is Miyagi or Sphinx?
Wow, okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'd written everybody's name down as well, so I'd get the names right. I'm not even asking the names.
Oh, why do you know all the names from the Cobra Kai?
Nearly. I wrote a few. I wrote 4 down, so I knew I'd have enough.
No, so this is Miyagi or Sphinx.
Yeah.
So, question 1. He who questions training only trains himself at asking questions. Is that Miyagi or Sphinx? No, that's Sphinx.
Oh, I'm not going to be good at this.
Question 2. To learn my teachings, I must first teach you how to learn.
Is that Sphinx?
Is that Miyagi or Sphinx?
Is it
Sphinx?
Okay.
Yeah. 3. When you doubt your powers, you give power to your doubts.
I think that's Sphinx.
It's Sphinx. You're 2 for 3, H. Question 4. When you can balance attack hammer on your head, you will head off your foes with a balanced attack.
Now I really want to say it's Miyagi, but there's a trend here following Sphinx, so I'm going to follow my heart, my gut feeling, which is Sphinx.
It's a Sphinx. They were all the Sphinx.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, so H, you were 3 for 4.
I know.
Final question, H. What snack did I eat whilst watching The Karate Kid?
When did you eat it? When did you watch it?
I watched it this weekend, H. I was on my own,
Easter
home alone.
egg. It's Easter.
Easter egg. It is Easter. I did.
Yeah. Do you know, I always remember
Cadbury's
Easter
cream egg.
when I was younger. I remember waking up with a kid. Oh, Uncle Stuart's coming. He's bringing me lots of Lindt chocolate bunnies because you used to hide them around the house, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes I wake up and I think, oh, is Uncle Stuart going to be here? Christmas as Santa.
Yeah. Right. Well, you failed the test, H. Yet again.
Yeah,
you don't
again.
get your £1 and a drink.
That was really.
Yet again.
That was really mean. That.
What do you mean?
So, yet again.
Yeah, again. Right, it's time for this.
Stews, burger review. It's burger 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 stews.
He's eaten a burger and he's marking it out of 5. He's eaten a burger and he's marking it out of 5. This week, H. This week, H. I've gone. Actually, I don't know what I've gone. What have I gone?
Well, it's all gone bizarre this week.
This week, H. I've gone jolly.
You've gone jolly.
Yeah, I've gone jolly.
Why are you gone jolly?
Because I went to Jollibees.
Where's that?
Well, I thought they were a big chain, Jollibees.
No, I've never heard
because
of
I've
them.
seen them in loads of cities when I've been working away. I've seen the
Saying that it's
one in
Wakefield,
Nottingham,
when you kind of
seen
come
them in
across
Cardiff.
fast food chains, there's never one in Wakey.
Yeah. But then since then, I've looked it up actually, and there's only about a dozen in the UK.
Oh wow!
So they just happen to be where I've been. But they're a Filipino, so they're massive in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do like spaghetti and pasta and chicken and burgers. So
Yeah.
I had a Jollibee classic. 2 out of 5 each.
That's really disappointing.
Yeah, it was terrible. It had curry ketchup, that was good. It had some good pickles and good onions, but everything else was poor, H.
Really?
It had a limp bun. The burger was just no flavour to it. It was worse than McDonald's. And it tasted cheap, But it wasn't cheap.
It gets that rubbery feel, doesn't it? Like plasticky.
Yeah.
Yeah, processed.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Not good.
Disappointing.
Not good. So Jollibees 2 out of
Jollibee's
5, yeah.
2.
Jollibees 2. Not even that good.
Yeah, I think that's nearly one of the worst yet. It's not great.
No, down there.
Yeah.
Bottom of the pile.
Bottom of the
Yeah.
pile.
Bottom of the pile. So anyway, I think we're all done.
Yeah.
Apart from watching Telly Bean.
I'm not caught up with Last One Laughing, so we can't talk about it.
All right, okay, because I watched it yesterday.
I've accidentally gotten into maths. Now I haven't been actually watching it, but Mum's been watching it, and when you pass by the TV and you're stood there for an hour.
Yeah. Stood there for an hour.
I've got proper drawn into it. And I do have to say, this year there's just so much bullying back and forwards, and
Really?
it's really awful. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it, but I think where we're up to in the UK, they've not quite been called out for their kind of behaviour yet. So we'll see kind of what happens there. But yeah, I think it's an all round bad situation going on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Crikey.
So
That's not
it's
good.
quite it's very dramatic though. For what maths is. It's yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've been watching Coronation Street. It's Easter. You know what Coronation Street gets like at Easter? There's so many
Oh, I
things
don't.
Well, you should. There's so many things going on. I was speaking to. I've got a regular client who comes for a weekly blow dry, and we were talking this week, and she said something about Coronation Street, and she went, "Oh, you'll not know what I'm on about," and I'm like, "I'll have you know, I'm completely up to date and know what you
Coronation
mean."
Street aficionado.
Yeah,
How
little do
dare
you know, I'm
you
a
question my Coronation Street knowledge.
enthusiast. My TikTok has become Coronation Street edits. It's just edits and reels and things of Coronation Street now. It's so bad. But yeah, so that's eventful at the minute. But yeah, I don't think there's been any other TV than that, really.
Oh.
There was
Well, we
something I wanted
finished-
to say though,
Uh-oh.
which was about. I have noticed that I am behind schedule on the AI track. So what I mean by this is I had 2 clients in the salon, both between the ages of 50 and 60, who one of them was on their phone looking at these chicks for Easter in these little raincoats. And she was like, oh, look how cute this is. And then she went, oh, but it's obviously AI. And then the woman in the other chair went, yeah, that's obviously AI. And as I looked at it, I thought, it is? But I had no clue. I was fooled, like,
Really?
completely by these chicks in raincoats, thinking they were real. So,
You turned into your mum?
yes. Yeah, officially.
Oh.
Yeah. What about you?
We finished Poker Face,
Yeah, you. Sorry, I got a hiccup.
which
You
I think
started
we
that.
talked about that last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful.
Is it
A great piece of telly.
good?
Yeah, just really well done.
Is it a bit thriller-esque comedy? Is it
It is funny. It's
Right.
primarily not a comedy.
Yeah.
It's a love letter to Columbo.
right?
Is what it is. It's
Yeah.
a love letter to the 70s,
Yeah.
but set in modern day.
Yes. Ah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I
contemporary.
think I remember you talking about it roughly.
Yes. It's really, really great.
And then we both need to catch up on Last One Laughing. Then, or have you caught up?
I'm caught up.
Oh no! So I need to catch up on Last One Laughing then.
You need to catch up with lots of them, and you need to catch up with the Manosphere documentary that Louis
Yes,
threw.
well, I've actually heard some things about the Manosphere online, even though I've not kind of watched it. And I've kind of heard some names. I kind of know what it's about now, but I do need to officially watch it. I do know that it's very much, obviously you've got this misogyny and just a whole lot of things to unpack. But one thing that a lot of people are speaking about on social media is the fact that these men that are preaching these certain values that are not values to younger audiences get home to their mums and their wives and are like completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Which has been talked a lot about on social media, and I've seen that being commented on.
Yeah.
So
Right. Well, we'll call this a night.
Yep.
H.
all right, then.
So, how do people get in touch with us? And they should.
And they should. We have an email, mygenerationgap@gmail.com. We have a Facebook page, You started
Facebook,
already.
yeah.
Right, Facebook, My Generation Gap.
Yeah.
We have Instagram, My Generation Gap.
Insta, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Instagram,
we don't have TikTok
We don't have TikTok.
because we were perma-banned
Because
for
we're
talking about
perma-banned.
Doja Cat.
Is that what it was?
It was the Doja Cat talk. Yep.
Why?
Yeah. The only thing I could think of, and dear listener, I'd like you to see what you think. We'd spoken about Doja Cat and about the fact that we'd reviewed Knight Rider from the 80s. Doja Cat then produced, a couple of weeks later, a song sampling Knight Rider, and it became big again. And I said, oh, Doja Cat must listen to the My Generation Gap podcast. Obviously as a joke, but do you think TikTok took that as like misinformation?
No. You think?
But that
No.
was all that was said. So that they literally, there's nothing that could have been. So yes, such fun, but we've been perma-banned for TikTok for saying that. So apologies.
Right. Oh, well. Yeah, so email us, get in touch, let us know what you think about the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Next show is going to be Banshees of Inisherin.
It's going to be what?
The Banshee of Inisherin.
Right.
That's what I want us to do next.
The Banshee of... I can't even pronounce that. I'll work on it for next
Are you on board?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
All right. I've got to go.
Right then.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.